Alright guys, we're back here at the Dragon Ball Super Cards Master Game, and here we are. We still have another set coming up, and it seems like the ball is rolling here for the game still. So if they're just gonna keep rolling out sets, I have a job to do, and the job is to do spoilers for this green set. So anyways, for this set, we're going to go cover over the new Vegito leader that's coming out of the set, the first one ever spoiled. And what it does is activate main. Once per turn, you can add a green card from your hand to the Z energy, and then you get to look up the top 5 cards of your deck and add a green Saiyan card to your hand. So we already know how good that is, being able to add a green Saiyan to your hand, especially an SCR version of this that we're going to be using is the Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction. Being a green Saiyan that he's able to come out if one of your battle cards that are green with a energy cost of 7 or more is removed from the battle area by a skill or KO'd. So you can play this card when that happens, and then you choose all of the cards in your hand and discard them, and then play this guy from your hand. And then he has a really cool ability where if your life is at 1, your opponent chooses all cards in their hand and places them in the drop area. So a very good SCR for this particular leader, because you're going to be using the Broly here from your Z deck, and that's going to be able to KO cards on your your battle area, so that you can finally drop off the SCR. So you're probably wondering, well, how are you going to get down to 1 life with this card to come out? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. We do have an old card, Hyper Rush SSB Vegito, coming out of set 3 or 2, one of those 2 sets, and he's able to be played pretty easily in this this particular deck, because when he does come into play, you get to choose up to 2 of your life, add it to your hand, and then you get to draw 2 cards. And also, on top of that, you get to discard a card from your opponent's hand and KO one of their battle cards. So this is a really good card in tandem with the old SCR here, the Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction. So we're going to go back to the leader here. So the ability to be able to look for a Saiyan is really good, because then you can look at for super combos such as the Defending Father Paragus and all the other Saiyans here that are green in your deck. So that's going to be a very important aspect of this deck. Then he has an activate main once per game. On the front side, you get to add a Patora from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. Negate the skill for the game. That's really useful. Let's look at the Patora skill here. The Patora skill is when this card is placed in the battle area, draw 1 card. It does cost 3, but you could reduce the cost down to 0 if you're on the backside. If you read here, reduce the energy cost of Patora in your hand by -3 green energy. So let's go back to the Patora here. The Patora here, if you have 3 or more energy, choose one of your Son Goku or Vegeta card, both green with an energy cost of 4 or less, among all cards in your Z energy and your battle area, and place them underneath this card. You may then reveal a mono green Vegito card from your hand, switch the same number of green energy as that card's specified cost to rest mode. And if you do, play the reveal card on top of this card. So this is how you're going to play your Vegito from the old set on top of the Patora, assuming that you have the Vegetas and the Goku within your Z energy or your battle area. So the way you do this ability is that all you have to do is find your Goku and your Vegeta cards, place them in the Z energy using this front side ability to be able to place Saiyans in your Z energy. And then if they're ever in the Z energy or the battle area, you can use the Patora here to play the Vegetos on top. So this has a specified cost of 2, so you do have to pay the 2 energy to play it. So that's at least the card cost of being able to play this card. But the benefits you get out of this is really great, because then you're able to go down a life, and also being able to draw 2 cards on top of that is really nice. The other Vegito card we have here is the 1 specified cost here. You can use it off the Patora as well. You can also use Union Patora as well on top of that. So if in case you do have the Goku and the Vegito or the Vegeta, you can pay the 2 green energy to play this guy. He does have dual attack and dual deflect, and when this card is played, you get to draw a card and then KO one of your opponent's battle cards. And then when it does attack, you have to choose one of your battle cards from underneath this card with a skill negated as a combo. So this allows you to fill up your Z energy pretty well. And seeing as if you are using Patora to bring this guy out for the most part, you could combo a Goku and a Vegeta from underneath this guy and then fill up your next Patora. The Patora here is actually recyclable. If you look at the 1-drops here, the 1-drops here have the ability to draw a card and also add a Patora from your drop area to your hand. Same with this Vegeta as well, same exact ability. So you do have the recycling of the Patora in case you do have more Vegetos that you want to go through. So to play out the 1-drops, let's go back to the leader here. I keep going on a tangent. To be able to awaken with this leader, you have to have a 2 or more energy and a Z unison with a specified cost of 2 in play. So the specified cost 2 in play Z unison is going to be this Vegito here. He does have a really cool ability, or actually a really good ability, where when he does attack, you have to KO an opponent's battle battle card. First of its kind for sure. I believe it's the first Z Unison I've seen so far that is able to KO an opponent's battle card when it does attack. So that's really useful. And it does have the +1 ability to be able to give a green card to your Z energy and draw a card. So this allows you to Union Batora pretty well, using the ability of the Batora as well as the Union Batora as well. Actually, the Union Batora you have to be on the battle area, so just discount that one. And then he does have a -2 ability where he can switch this guy to active mode to attack again, basically. And just an FYI, when he does attack, it's not once per turn to KO an opponent's battle card. So if you can restand him using the -2 ability, you get to KO yet another battle card. The Bardock here is also used in case you don't want to go into the Vegito. It's a very niche situation if you want to be able to give one of your battle cards blocker. Of course, it's an older card, so you guys probably know what it does. But as a reminder, if your leader is a green card, draw one card, then choose one of your Earthling, Saiyan, or Namekian battle card and it gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. That's a +0 ability. The other ability lets you place one of your Z energy into the drop area and your opponent discards a card from their hand. So a lot of the Bardock ability that you guys have seen before. And it also lets you add a marker to this card if one of your blocker gets removed from play by an opponent's skill. So that's Bardock in a nutshell for you guys. We do play the standard stuff out of here. Let's go back to the leader here. So once you have the Z Unison, it's +5 cost to play it, and you have 2 or more energy, flip this card over and then draw 1 and untap 1 energy. So, and then you also take life to F6. So a very classic untap 1, draw 1, and then draw 1 to draw life to F6. And then on the backside, we already know it reduces the energy cost of Batora to 0. And then when it does attack, you have to draw a card, pretty standard. But then you're able to, or you can play a Vegeta or a Son Goku from the drop area in rest mode with an energy cost of 1. So you're able to recycle these guys, much like the Trunks, the yellow Trunks leader back in the day, except it's not an activate main, it's an attack ability, so you can play these 2 cards. Then we also have the ability here to choose one of your green Vegito cards. And if you have 1 or more cards underneath that card, place all of those cards in the drop area. This card gets a +10k power for the whole turn. So that's going to be a very useful ability if you want your leader to be able to hit harder. So then you could recycle all your Gokus and Vegetas because they're placed in the drop area. And then on the backside, you get to basically revive them. So maybe a card I should probably play in the future is going to be the Healing Pod. If you guys don't remember what it does, anytime you play a green battle card from the drop area, you are able to draw a card. I just haven't found room for it. Maybe I should find room for it in the future. I just remembered it just now. So the Z leader here is able to be played when you have a 3 or less energy, actually 3 or less life, which is going to be pretty easy with the Vegito 7-drop. And then you get to Z awaken this guy for 1 energy, and it has to be your turn. So you can't just play this card defensively; you have to play it on your own turn. So you can't just wall off with a 30k. And then this card is placed into the drop area or removed from the game at the end of the turn, but at least you get to draw a card off of this guy, and you get to choose one of your green Vegito cards, and it gains double strike for the battle. So you can give itself double strike, or you can give one of your other cards double strike, assuming they already don't have it. So this card doesn't have it, and this card doesn't have it. So you can give it to these 2 Vegitos here to be able to finish off the game pretty quickly. So yeah, we're going to go into the other Vegito here. The other Vegito here is able to ignore barrier and KO it. And additionally, if your opponent's life is at 3 or more, you get to pretty much burn their life to the drop area. So crit their life, essentially. So having barrier, a blocker, and triple strike is a pretty nice little ability here. And so you can attack twice with this guy if you really want, and then keep him up as a blocker for the last one. And he does have barrier and blocker. So kind of a little bit of a pest to get rid of. And he does cost 3 specified green energy, so you do have to pay the 3 energy if you're using Bator to bring him up. Let's go into the Vegeta here. The Vegeta here is out of the set. I forgot to mention. This Vegeta here is allowed to be played if you have 2 or more energy. For 1 green energy, you can play this guy, and then whenever it attacks, you get to gain 10k power for the battle. And then we have a limit 1 ability where if it does played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it, and then add up to 1 green Goku from your drop area to your Z energy. So this allows you to have Batora as well. The Goku does kind of the same thing, except it draws a card as opposed to KO a card. So whatever the situation demands for, you can actually use them. So whatever you want. Same thing. So it does gain the 10k power for the battle when it does attack, and then it comes out for 1 energy when you have 2 or more. The other card out of the set is going to be the Vegeta and Goku. So these are both names so that you can add for the Batora. But you're gonna need 1 of each, so if you can activate the Batora. So to play this guy, you get to you could play it for 1 energy if you have if you have 3 or more energy, and then when you do play this card, you get to add up to 1 Batora from your drop to your hand. So a very useful ability, so that you can allow you to recycle the Batora in the event that you don't have the Goku or the Vegeta to be able to recycle them. It also has dual attack, and it also has the ability to discard this card from your hand, look for the top 5 cards of your deck, add a Goku or Vegeta, or a Vegito with an energy cost of 7 or less and add it to your hand. So a lot of synergy within the own archetype. Let's go into this card right here. We guys already know what it does, but you are able to play this guy for successor because a lot of the Vegitos here cost 7. 5, and you also have the 8 drops as well, such as the father-son solidarity. We already know what it does for the most part, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. The most part, the only thing you have to know is what the unisons do, and the Z unisons and the Z battle cards, what they all do. So we all have the unceasing range and the dormant potential unleash to be able to end your opponent's turn. So it's just a basic green deck to be able to allow you to play big battle cards and then tap out safely so that you can play these cards for free and then end your opponent's turn by not letting them attack anymore. So that's pretty much it. So we're going to go into the gameplay video after this, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, this is going to be the new Vegito coming out of the new set, out of set 26. So we're going to do a gameplay video here right in a second. So let's do this right away. So we're going to do the shuffling and then we're going to draw our 6 cards here, allow us to see what we can do on the first following turns. We did draw our starter card, which is going to be our Vegeta. So we're going to keep this hand, even though it does seem a little bit slower on the for the most part. We're going to charge our Goku or Son Gohan just because we want to see what the deck can kind of do on a turn-by-turn basis. Let's take our Heart for Life because I always seem to forget that one. Putting our Heart for Life here. We're going to pay the 1 energy here to pay for the Vegeta. The Vegeta here is going to be able to draw us a card. We're going to use the ability to look for the Patora first because we don't want to draw into one. It looks like we have all 3 copies of Patora in our deck, so we're going to add 1 to our hand, so allowing us to generate a +1. We're going to use the ability here to basically place one of the Vegeta here into our Z energy, and then looking for the top 5 cards for a Goku, Vegeta, or Vegito. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to add this Goku here because we don't have it, but we also have this Vegeta, Goku, and Vegeta as well. But let's try to go on curve here so that we could play the game as quickly as possible. So Goku's going to go to our hand here. We're not going to do anything much. We're going to take either life or we're going to Z-charge. We're going to Z-charge here the Vegeta. So now we have a Vegeta and a Goku, or Vegeta and a Vegeta in our Z energy. So we're going to need to play one in our hand. So what we're going to do here is charge the Unceasing Awaken. Okay, so now we have that. We're going to use the ability here to warp one of our cards to the Z energy. So since we do have a Goku here, we would want to put it in their Z energy. However, we kind of want to play it first so that we can at least do some stuff here. So we're going to put the Gogeta and the Shenron in our Z energy, and then look at the top 5 cards of our deck and add a card to our hand. So we're going to add a Vegeta to our hand because we don't already have it. We could also add this Goku as well because it's both the Goku. Actually, it's not. It's just a Son Gohan childhood. Oh, it's also Goku too. We could play that one, but we're going to skip over it just because we have the ability to do so. So from here, we're going to pay the 2 energy here, placing the 2 cards in our drop area, the Vegeta and the Vegeta. And then we're going to play out our Z Unison. So we're going to play the Vegito here out, and that's going to allow us to come up with an awakening condition because now we have the Unison and 2 energy. So what we're going to do here is awaken, untap 1, draw 1. Okay, so now we have a Vegito in play here. We could add more cards to our Z energy, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to place the Goku here into our Z energy using this ability as a +1. That's going to gain 1, and then we're going to draw 1 card. So it filters out our hand. It looks like we draw our SCR after all. So since we're on the backside now, we can play the Patora here, and the Patora here is going to allow us to draw a card when it's placed in the into the battle area. And it looks like we do have another copy of it, so it looks like it's not on once per turn we can play this card. So let's just send this off to the drop area and then play yet another one. Because the reason why we're trying to fish for the Patora Vegeta. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a card here. Okay, it looks like we drew one of our Vegitos here. And then we still can't play it. So what we're going to do now is either attack and play the Goku. I have a pretty strong feeling we could probably see the Goku first. So what we're going to do here is play the Goku out. Our Vegeta out, I'm sorry. So the Vegeta's out, going to come out in rest mode, and then we're going to draw a card when it comes out in play. And it looks like we drew yet another Vegeta, so no way to activate the Patora just yet, so we're going to have to wait until the next turn. We could tap out, and I think that's going to be okay, so we're going to tap out since we do have the dormant potential. And then we're going to play this Vegeta here. That's going to allow us to KO one of our opponent's battle card with an energy cost of 4 or less, and then lets us add a Goku from our drop area to the Z energy. However, we don't have any Goku, so we're just going to be able to just play this card, and then we're going to swing here for 15k. And then if your opponent has yet another battle card, we can KO that one, no matter what the cost is. So really nice little addition here. So on our opponent's turn, they're probably going to go after our Unison. We can probably go Dormant Potential if we really need to. I forgot to take life until we have 6. Hi guys, this is me from the future. I just checked out the gameplay video and I realized that I couldn't do a Patora fusion just yet. The reason why is Patora only allows you to do the Vegito on top if you have 3 or more energy. So ignore the following gameplay video where I just play the Vegito out on turn 2. So just an FYI. I always seem to forget that one. So we're gonna go down, take life until we have 6, and now we have our. Oh, looks like we had our Vegito after all. So since we did have our Vegito, let's just try to play it. So what we're gonna do instead of playing this card, we're gonna pay the 1 energy instead to play the Vegito here on top of the Vegeta with the Patora, and then that's what we're gonna do. And then we're going to place the Vegeta in our battle area, as well as the Goku in our Z. So this one right here is really nice because this one allows us to draw a card. If it's played, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does draw us a card in play, and then it KOs one of our opponent's battle cards on top of that, and then get the combo with a card in our Z energy. So what we're gonna do is attack with it for 20k. Has dual attack. Let's combo with this Goku, and then it restands himself, and it looks like it's not a once per turn. So we get the combo again, the Vegeta. So we're hitting for 25k twice. So a really nice little start here. So it looks like we do want to start with this card after all because it allows us to Z-charge both of our Gokus and Vegeta. So we're already off to a good start, but we're tapped out. But we are going to use this card to protect our Unison. We're going to discard a Vegeta that can be played. So let's discard this Vegeta because it can be played. And then we're going to take our turn again. Pretty much maybe losing a marker on the second attack, and now we're going to take our turn again and then charge a card in our Z energy, our energy. Let's charge a Vegeta since we already have it. So now with our new Patora that we just drew right now, and we didn't have to search for it, we can just play it, and then we allow us to play and draw a card. Looks like we do need to find that Vegito after all to be able to take life down until we have 4. Until we have 4. We could play the 3 energy to play this one, but it seems like we're going to tap out again, and we don't have a way to get to the Union Patora. So looking at our cards, we're probably going to have to find a way to draw extra cards, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to attack with the leader first, using the leader ability to play out the Vegeta here. And this Vegeta here is going to be able to be played and then draw us a card, and allows us to control against the blue deck. And it looks like we did draw our Vegito after all. So really nice there. So now we can actually use the Patora here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play this by placing the Goku and the Vegeta and the Goku underneath it. And then we can finally play this old Vegito, really good. This is going to allow us to KO one of our opponent's battle card, discard 1 card from their hand, draw 2 cards, and then take cards until we have 6, or take up to 2 life. We're going to take all of it because we want to awaken this, go down to 1 as quickly as possible, because we do have this Broly here. Then we're going to use this ability here to plus up 1 by sending a card to our Z energy. So we're going to send over a Vegito because we already have one, but most likely we should send this Goku because we want to be able to Patora yet again, and then draw a card. So where we hand filtered, we have this card now. This one does cost 2, so we do have to pay the 2 energy to play it for the Patora. So just don't forget that part. And then we can attack for a triple strike, and then dual attack again, and then we can leave 1 energy open if we really need it. We don't have an extra card in our hand to be able to negate an attack. So what we can do here is just swing here, KO one of our opponent's battle cards, and then we can also use this ability to send all of the cards in the drop area to make this guy powerfuler. But we're not going to do that. We're instead just going to let's see here. Yeah, we could pay the 1 energy one more time to play this Goku and Vegeta, and then that's allow us to do a dual attack here, which is kind of nice. And then we could also add Patora from our drop area. So assuming this Vegito didn't last pretty long, we can actually just add this back to our hand if this is in the drop area. And then on our opponent's turn, we can use like Charismatic Villain to defend ourselves. We can use the Paragus to draw 2, since we now have 4 or less life. So we can probably warp the way of Vegito. A lot of different plays we can do. We can Z-charge this as well. Yeah, pretty much it. And then we can take our turn again and then see if we can actually play this card out now. So let's try to do that this turn. Let's just charge away our Goku, since we already have 2 of them in our hand. And then, yeah, pretty much it. I mean, there's not really much else to do here. We can play the Patora, draw 1 card, and then we have 15 cards left on our deck. We can probably play Patora now. We just need the Vegeta. So to put the Vegeta into play, we can use the Unison here to put the Vegeta into play. Let's just put the clones, or not the clones, but the duo to be able to draw a card, and then use the Patora ability to just pretty much play the next Vegito here. And then this time we're going to pay the 3 energy for the Patora. So this one's really strong here because it allows us to KO an opponent's battle card ignoring barrier. It has triple strike, triple attack, and triple and blocker. If you want to give this guy double strike, I believe we could give this guy a double strike if we do Z Awaken. So we could probably do that by tapping out 1 energy to play it. Keep in mind, to play this card, you do have to have 3 or less energy. So let's just assume that your opponent attacked you once, getting you down to 3. And so by getting down to 3, then you now have the ability to play your Z leader on top of this card. So let's just do that real quick. Okay, so we have our Z leader out, and then he's going to be hitting for 30k, and it allows us to give double strike to a Vegito. So we can swing with this Vegito here, and then give it triple strike for 1 battle. So that's kind of nice. This also lets you draw a card too as well. So we can hit pretty hard on this guy, and he does have the barrier blocker ability and triple attack. So a lot of damage going through. We also have homicidal clones. We can use that twice, so we can go down to 1, so that by the time that our turn rolls around again, we can actually play the Broly to be able to KO our Vegitos here, and then play the Broly out from our hand. Okay, so now we're at 1, and then you can kind of guess where this is going. So at 5 energy, you can probably charge energy. Let's just charge this card here, and then you can play the Broly here to KO for 1 energy. So we can KO a card, and then let's do that. So let's KO a token here, I guess, but he's not green. I believe he has to be green. It also has to be non-unique. Yeah, tokens are not anything. So let's KO the charismatic villain, and then if you have 3 more energy, place a card in your drop area. So let's just drop this Vegito here, and then now that's in the drop area, you can now play the Broly. Just keep in mind, if you do play the Broly, that you have to have to discard all your hands, so just keep that in mind. So make sure you do all your power plays first, maybe, and then you can hit for double strike and dual attack. So that's really useful. So we have to give up the Paragus pretty much if we want to do this, but at least we get to discard all of our opponent's hand and then win the game essentially. So yeah, I think we went through all of these skills already. Yeah, we've already done all the skills out of this new archetype. But yeah, that was pretty much the turn-by-turn progression of the gameplay video of the for the video. So make sure you guys subscribe, and then I'll do some more content in the future for the next spoilers. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.